Alright, folks, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. As always, I'm Falcon, your host. And we're going to go ahead and pretty much get right into it. I have turned the volume down a little bit, because I did notice, well, it wasn't bad, it was still a little bit louder than I liked. Let's actually... let's use this. Primarily because that'll stun the other one, and let me focus on this guy first, without having to deal with two of them at once. It actually might sounds like I might need to turn down the... I might turn down... let's turn this down to 40. It's not bad where it is, but I feel like it could maybe be slightly better. Slightly quieter. Without getting made too quiet. And you're dead. Congrats.
Oh, I'd welcome some rest.
Yeah. We'll get on that eventually. Don't worry too much. Oh, hi. Oh, hi there. Mind Wave triggers much faster than some of the other skills, so I'm okay with using it as a opening in battle. The stairs leading to the top of the structure have crumbled away. Examine it more closely. Slick with moss, presenting a hindrance to climbing, but the stones themselves seem sturdy enough. Given the right tools, you might reach the top. So, translation, I'm not likely to be able to climb it as it is. But I might be able to come back and climb it later.
Silence surrounds me.
Should probably move around stealthed, because...
Good day, stranger.
Nonton. This man appears to be hurriedly dismantling his camp in quick, jerky movements. He looks up as you approach, his expression tense and drawn. Greetings, he says, a little breathless. On your way south, is it? He wipes his brow, turning to face you. The sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think. Caravan was attacked. I'm trying to get to Gilded Vale. Never mind, the woods is a strange machine in the ruins up north. His figure is clad in back, forming some kind of rite. Probably shouldn't be talking about that. What's your hurry? I'm only passing through. I mean to reach Gilded Vale. Keep your nose in your business before it gets lopped off. You were attacked. Hard luck, and I'm sorry to hear it. You should be fine from here. There's no missing the Vale if you keep to the road and you haven't far to walk. But you want to keep clear of this place after that. We were just attacked north of here. Me and a friend of mine, we came out here to hunt some deer. Came upon a bear instead, a great monstrous thing, and Pearly, he didn't make it. I don't know what I'll tell his wife. In any case, this forest has already cost me a friend. I'm heading home before it takes anything else. Who are you? Name's Nonton, born and raised in Gilded Vale. Haven't had a spot of luck since. Luckier than Pearl, I suppose. In any case, this forest has already cost me a friend. Blah, blah, blah. What happened to your friend? We didn't see it coming. Nonton's voice shakes a little as he speaks. We were following a stag. Pearly, he saw something in the brambles, and we went off tearing after it. We all but stumbled into the cave. Poor Pearly didn't stand a chance. The bear was on top of him before he knew what was happening. The beasts will take what they will, I suppose. And this time, Galawan's favor fell upon the bear. Where'd you find it? In a cave, a ways up that way. He turns to point to the northwest. I wouldn't seek it out if I were you. It was a great brute of a beast. Would hate to hear that it took another life. Well... it might find me a mite more difficult to kill than you and your friend, but nevertheless, I will keep that thought in mind, because I don't particularly want to run into something that's that super nasty. Now, I am going to... okay, this is the way I came from. Yeah. So it's not up that direction of any interest to me. Already searched you. Shattered pieces of a crate. hi there. Let's avoid you for a second. Oh. Oh, right. Forgot, because I'm crazy, we're seeing shit. I forgot we were crazy. Driven mad by the loss of our friends and the strange machine that we encountered. Okay, mostly the machine. Friends weren't that important.
Them.
Surprise!
Spot on.
You exploded.
Silence surrounds me.
I'm more worried about the nasty guys that are over this direction. Discovered the bear cave. Oh, it's an actual cave. Like I can go inside. Yeah, over here is where we died last time. At that one point last episode. When we ran into these dudes. Don't particularly want to... No, don't go up there. Let me save real quick. I do want to take these guys out, but I don't know that I necessarily want to do it. Okay, move. Move, I said, you dumb bitch!
Try something else.
Nope, can't beat them. Pretty sure I can't beat them. They're just not...
Indeed.
They're more than I can really handle. One-on-one, I could take them out probably without too much difficulty, but in a group like this, I don't think I can deal with them. At least not yet. I don't have the weaponry that I really need to deal with them. Let's see what's in the cave.
To whispers and shadows.
Oh, hi, bear.
Silence surrounds
Should
me.
probably stay cloaked. Just say it. What the hell is going on there? Oh shit. Oh gods.
You cannot venture forth.
Oh my. Okay, well that's a good way to get killed apparently.
Certainly.
Oops. Oh, that was a mistake. Come on, quick! Okay. Now I might be able to take you. Because I'm pretty sure one-on-one, you guys are not gonna beat me. It's just when there's 3 of you, you're a problem. Alright,
Oh, I'd welcome some rest.
that wasn't so bad. Ew. Yeah, that wasn't so bad once I wasn't, getting myself murdered. by a group of them. Quarterstaff are large enough to be the ribs and vertebrae of a dragon. Well, now. That's it? Just them? Alright. I don't think I can, beat this dragon.
Silence surrounds me.
And this dragon, like, detects you really quick. Let's go ahead and save again, because I don't want to have to deal with them. I was kind of lucky that my spells managed to, work like they did. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna beat that guy. I'm not even gonna try. That bear is way beyond what I can manage. Now, I can travel here. I don't know why you can travel there, though, because you can't actually go anywhere from that travel point. Ah, I missed this before. Fortunate that I came back. I mean, I had to come back over here, but fortunate that I, you know, am back and able to look. Dude, is the dude gone? Looks like he is. Alright, let's try and climb this. I don't think I can. I think trying is not going to work. Pretty damn sure. You find a handhold upon one of the large stones to pull yourself up. The uneven bricks and odd angle of ascent make the climb difficult, and after a short distance, your arms begin to burn too fiercely. You are forced to drop back down to the ground. And I do not have... So you need some sort of tool to do it, and I'm pretty sure there is no way to get up there right now. Yep, they're going up there to search that body is the whole reason to go up there. But I don't think... Search that body and get that plant. But I don't think you can actually manage to do it. Alright, I think I've done everything that I can do here. So, onward to Gilded Vale. Yep. Yay, we've reached the objective point. The place we were trying to go. Wow, it's really bright. Why is it so bright? Oh my. That's, a bit of a problem.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
Uh-huh. No kidding. No wonder this place looks half empty. Yeah. You welcome everyone this way? I feel at home already. You welcome everyone this way. The only answer here is the buzzing of flies from the tree.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever conceived a hollowborn child?
What the hell is a hollowborn child? What are you talking about?
An infant born without a soul, of course. Lord Radric has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village.
Okay there, buddy.
I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
Inclines his head ever so slightly toward the tree. Yeah.
His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
Probably a bad thing to ask. By the way, you kill people who have curses and things, but, I've been feeling really strange since I had a close encounter with a Biowak. Yeah, really smart. No. Strange ceremony near some ruins. That tree over there. What are you talking about? Hollowborn, blah blah blah. I forget that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge upon the Direwood for almost 15 years now. Children born without souls. Pitiful dumb things that breathe, barely, but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease. Some say they are a punishment from the gods. In truth, no one knows, but they began spreading after the Saints' War and so the name Widwane's Legacy stuck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. His voice shakes with vitriol. Oh, he's not happy. I see. Lord Radric's decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interests at heart. I can somewhat understand where you might be coming from, assuming that's actually the case, but this is a little much. Just saying. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understand our rules. I saw some people conducting a strange ceremony. You won't mind when you mention that. Trespassing on Ingwathan ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. Probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. Wrath have mercy. We certainly have. Don't think so, just they finished there was a Biowak. If you'd been that close to a Biowak, you wouldn't be standing here. Yeah, yeah. Can I not exit okay, I don't.
Problem. It sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all.
Kind of true, but yeah. So she's one of the people on that tree. Lovely.
But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
Yeah.
Keep out
that.
of...
Oh, hi.
Listen!
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy.
What does 3 tolls mean?
It seems your arrival is ill-timed.
Looks out toward the east, his expression unreadable, he blinks slowly and turns back to you.
3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should
Great.
tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
Does this affect the Lord's offer to new settlers? What do you mean? Come to us at a time of mourning. The legacy has struck at the heart of Gilded Vale. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eyes of Barath must be redoubled. Sets a steady gaze on you. It's back to the new offer for settlers. I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to get some rest. The inn, or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon. What happened? I will know more details when the messengers arrive. The vagaries of childbirth, perhaps. But that is not your concern. I'm not going to say that one, because that is probably going to end badly. Well, you're a highly unpleasant individual. Highly unpleasant indeed. Are any of you somebody that I can actually search? You recommended I search the pockets of the one person. Maybe coal managed to. Those rains would be a boon for the crops. Yeah, you would think. You have a name, so you might be interesting. Sun rising over 3 stars. Alright, who are you? As you near, you feel a vibrant history containing the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Strange. Reach out for it. You see a pennant waving tall and sluggish in the winds. A rising sun embroidered on the banner. The vanguard of a small troop of paladins. The atmosphere is buoyant, if restrained, and their armor has not yet been tarnished by the elements. This expedition is fresh, young, filled with zest and zeal. At their head stands a commander, awkward in full armor, but determined in step. Despite the excitement of his fellows, he does not smile. There's a twist to his mouth, his countenance grim. He throws up a hand, halting his troops. Silence falls among them, revealing a dark thunder, deep and low. He orders them to ready their weapons and spread out. Eyes dart from horizon to horizon, necks twisting to see the source of the sound. In the distance, dust and lightning rise from the ground as Stygian clouds race towards them overhead. The soldiers stand, only the staccato movement of their breath betraying their nerves. The commander closes his eyes, calling a blessing down on his troops. Invigorated, invincible, they wait as the enemy draws closer, poised to attack. Are you a paladin, then? I can't talk to you? Apparently I can't talk to you. Okay. Carry on. That goes down. I don't think I want to go down. It's a temple. Okay, then. Not entirely convinced I want anything to do with that. Place right this second. A deer. Our bracelets of twine and bead, wilting flowers and notes half erased by the weather, by the rains. I'm guessing offerings maybe for the dead people, or maybe stuff falling from them.
Someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Strange way to talk about your dead. Looking for someone to help me feel better. My condolences. He exhales and turns his attention away, watching the village around him. Welcome to our lovely village. Yeah, about that. About that. Angry townsman. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
Ooh, a fight! And calm down. Whatever this is about, I'm sure it's an overreaction. One of the other men glances at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. We're humble folk, but we're no fools. Not like he thinks, mocking us while he shelters in our village. We don't take to that kind of talk from foreigners, especially not Adirans.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Why, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Oh, you just make poor decisions, dude.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
Collective cry of outrage rises from the 3 locals.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
You have, like, multiple personalities or something. You have, like, the version of him that is trying to be nice and friendly, and then the one that's, not.
That's where you're wrong.
I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. Not gonna take that from him, are you? Yeah, somehow I don't feel like attacking him is such a good idea. Oh, I don't have enough perception. Why is that? Someone's baiting you as obviously as he is. It's generally wisest to walk away, because then you have to deal with me. This will end badly. Let's try the intellect, because we are more of an intellectual person, so... They look at each other. One of the men gives the other two a warning shake of his head before turning to you. We're done for now, but this one better watch his step around here, because we're not going anywhere. The final scowl at the elf, he turns to leave. As the three stumble away, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
You mean for making them piss their pants? You're welcome. Actually, that was fun. I'm glad I could help.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts. Though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
Straightens his hood, and you note there remains a fray and embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine. You clearly somebody with money, or at least used to be with money.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
Aloth Corvisor. Interesting. Did you manage to get yourself stuck out there? That is something of a long story.
I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land.
Oh.
And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some
In
ruins.
Griffin Ruins? Oh, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
I know this guy's actually well, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure he's a companion. So I think telling him some information might be useful. The figure's operating a strange thing. Goggles at you silently, apparently assessing your earnestness. Finally gives you a clipped, awkward laugh.
You do manage to find yourself in rather interesting predicaments.
So how did you manage to cross them?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. I love how it could be, like, crude, or just, or, you know, not so crude. I'm gonna go with crude. Oh, that! He closes his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. He looks as if he's about to say something. His expression brightens with mischief, but before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. What are you doing
Excellent
here?
question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
Yeah. I'm looking for an expert on souls. I'm also a settler.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
Yeah, clearly. Fix on the tumble-down buildings and the fallow rock-strewn fields. Expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. Yeah, it sure as hell looks like it. You don't exactly look like a
Begging your
settler.
pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
Indeed, I'll get
As should
going.
I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Yeah, indeed. Let's go.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
That's what I thought. He's
Aye.
a follower. Now, he is a wizard. So what does he have? Fan of Flames, so basically a cone of fire. Uses the will, leaves them dazed. It's freeze damage to a target, reduces its accuracy. And, of course, minor missiles. Magical energy from the grimoires that inflicts rot damage and dazes targets in the area. I can edit his grimoire. Fiddling with things. I have no further spells. I have the ability to learn a staggering number of spells, but they're always limited by the capacity of the grimoires. At any given time, a grimoire can only contain 4 spells of each level. Add spells to empty slots. You can actually have more than one grimoire, though. Or so the character creator made it sound, at least.
Oh,
Rather, that's actually the case.
How may I
As
help?
yes.
possibly debatable, but
Indeed.
that's not the pistol. Uh-huh. If I head east, guards patrol something about the Black Meadow. Air would mark the end of all this. Yeah, well, apparently the heir is dead, so this locks the usurper up. Shnikes are you? A vibrant history containing the essence of this man's soul. See a lone man standing in a field. He looks around, surveying the crops. Occasionally he bends to examine a leaf up close. He is intent on what he is doing, completely absorbed in his work. The man approaches... Oh, this man approaches him from behind. He moves slowly, but does nothing to mask his approach. In his hand he holds a large sword. There appears to be no malice or hatred in his demeanor. He almost seems pleased. The first man hears his approach and stands, turning away from the plan he was expecting. His face breaks into a smile, and he opens his arms to welcome the approaching man. The smile freezes into a grimace as the man thrusts the sword through his stomach, blade now protruding from his back. His arms fall slowly to his side, and blood starts to drip from the sword onto the plants below. As the first man crumples to his knees, the second pulls the sword out, a tear slowly falling down the cheek of his still smiling face. Alrighty then. A small group of people gathered around the ruins of a house. The destruction continues out from the single dwelling through the entire village. Not a single building still stands. Rubble is scattered everywhere. One of the men in the group leans over something in the debris. It is a man, younger, barely more than the boy. The man reaches out and shakes the boy by the shoulder. The boy makes no sound and doesn't respond to the disturbance. The man looks up at the other members of the group and shrugs, standing to rejoin his friends. The boy suddenly sits up, eyes wide. He scrambles backward away from the group, looking around in horror. The group moves toward him in unison, eliciting a yelp from the boy, who tries to move further away. A woman in the group puts out her hand, stopping the rest. She turns to them reproachfully, motions to them to stay, then looks at the boy on the ground, who is trying to push himself through what remains of a wall. He seems unaware he has even stopped. The woman slowly moves toward the boy, hands out, speaking in a low, calming tone. For a time, the boy doesn't even hear, just closes his eyes and braces himself against the wall, expecting violence. Eventually, her words work through the fear, and he hears her. He opens his tear-filled eyes and stares at her. He holds out a hand. He takes it, he looks at it, seeming confused by the offer, then hesitantly reaches out. She takes his hand and leans down to help him stand. I don't understand what that has to do with anything, but sure, whatever you say. Oh, what? Alrighty then. Now, I don't know if I search stuff here, if it's going to be considered me robbing the place or not, so let's, okay, yeah, it is. I know what I thought.
Indeed.
I don't want to do that, then. Cat. Cat doesn't want to talk. This foreign dog-eared book is titled Travels Upon the Sealed Glass Sea. There's an etched illustration of a vast finned leviathan. Ufra! A dire wooden woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is quite clearly pregnant. Turns her head slightly as you enter.
Well met, friend.
Well, finally, I was starting to think. She takes a startled noise once she turns around and sees you. Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. Gives you a cautious smile. Can I help you? Just arrived in Gilded Vale. I thought I'd get to know the locals. Were you with one of the caravans? She looks at you hopefully. Master Odima's, by chance. Ah, I was, yes. You knew Odima? Well, no more than most here, I'd say. Doesn't usually come this way, but they say he's a reliable fellow. He pauses, brows furrowing. Wait, why do you say new? I'm sorry, but the caravan was attacked. I was the only one to survive. She covers her mouth with a hand, eyes wide with horror. This is his sister that he was coming to visit. For a few moments, she can manage nothing but a strangled, voiceless gasping, her ears brimming with tears. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Galicia was always so certain she could take on any danger. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I can't believe she's gone. Yeah, that was her. If only I hadn't called her here. If I hadn't written to her, she might still be alive somewhere. She mentioned she thought you needed help. Perhaps I can find some assistance. Why did you send for her? Are you going to raise a child if you're this weak? Is there anything I can do? Yeah, she mentioned that she thought you needed help. Looks at you with some surprise before dabbing at her nose with a sleeve. That's kind of you to offer, but I don't know if I can impose this on you. It's not a small favor. I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told her as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. Every child. Interesting. They made it sound like it was only like, occasionally this happened, but every child? It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Raedric, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavor. With my Hathort gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home too. I hope she could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hollow-born, but she moved south to Anslog's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey's too far for me. I can't make it as I am, but I don't have anyone else now. With her gone, can you help me? This would be Paladin and Paladin. 2 different factions of the Paladins. It's a long way to go. What's in it for me? I'll think about it if I ever head this way. I'll find it for you. You will? Well, God's bless you. Here, I'll give you coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's a drink she fashions out of, well, I'm not sure, but it shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry back. The compass is what we call the lagoon to the south. You'll have to cross the wilds to get there. That's what keeps me from traveling to it myself. Thank you again, truly. You'll be saving us both. Sets her hands on his stomach, smiling through her tears. He was a good friend to me, so I am more than happy to make an attempt to help you. Which doesn't mean again, mind you, but I can't remember her name. Kalisha? I can't remember how to pronounce her name. I feel like I keep, saying it wrong. Because it looks like Kaliska, but I know that's not correct. I know it was like Kalisha or something. Now what is this up here? Hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound, looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging. Tail thumps happily against the floorboards. Bones are covered in tiny bite marks. I don't trust you people. See a long, empty road cutting through 2 large crop fields. The air is silent, the land seems too still for the early afternoon. This woman walks slowly on the road, leading a horse, curiously looking around. She seems to sense something is wrong, but is unable to discern what it is. She stops, sniffing at the air, her nose high, her brows crinkle, and she casts about looking for something. The air is clear, no clouds. She sniffs again, still looking around, confusion against her face, or clouding her face, mouthing a single word, fire? Looks out across the fields, her confusion turning to fear. She holds her hand up to block the sun from her eyes and scans the fields again. Not finding what she was looking for, she jumps onto her horse's back, the fear quickly becoming panic. She kicks, sending the horse shooting down the path, which bends around some trees to where the farmhouse should be. She pulls up short, horror now in residence on her face as she stares at the burned and charred mess that used to be her family's home. Tears well in her eyes as she kicks again, racing to the rubble. Only to find nobody alive. See an emaciated boy in chains, black holes for eyes, staring sightlessly at a wall. A man in a dark coat walks in, a scroll and an oddly shaped quill in his hand. The boy glances at him, expressionless, a corpse waiting for animation. The man clucks at him, disapproval clear in his tone. The boy stands, limbs hanging. The man takes the quill and begins to write on the boy's chest, copying sharp, angular symbols from the scroll. The child doesn't flinch as the quill digs into his skin, drawing blood as it goes. The wizard finishes with a flourish and barks some arcane command, setting the symbols to glow dully. The boy cries out, knees hitting the stone hard, his chest burning black and red. Finally, the glow disappears, leaving only hard, black scars etched into his skin. He slumps sideways, twitching, his eyes facing the back of his skull. The wizard grunts, kicking him in the leg on his way out. The boy lies on the floor until dawn, his eyes still black like holes, and twitches, going into convulsive shakes. Okay. See a man soar through the air, hitting a nearby wall with a nauseating crunch. He doesn't get up. His attacker, a burly, clean-cut warrior with a carnivorous grin, turns and shoves his fists in the stomach of another assailant, removing another from the impromptu brawl. The bar is a whirlwind of elbows, knees, fists, and feet with no end in sight, and he is in his element. In the corner, three smaller men speak quietly, throwing malicious glances at the larger man in the center. He breaks the chair over a tattooed head, cackling. The trio position themselves in three parts of the room, and with a terse nod, they charge. Unfortunately for them, the man sees them coming. Something in his eyes burns brightly, and all three slump to the ground in agony that's all in their minds. The burly man bows to the room of the unconscious and incapacitated before sauntering out, off-key whistle trailing behind him.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Over up here. Added armor. Ooh, and a nifty looking hat.
I shall be discreet.
A book. History. Not gonna read all that. Ooh, more lockpicks.
I'd best shed some gear.
Crammed behind the books is a drawing that shows Eothas and Lord Raedric in a compromising position. Nice. Oh, hi. Please leave me be. I'm full of sickness with what I've seen of this place and its people. Oops. Don't delete it. Save over it.
I'll see what I can find.
Oops. And Years of Dawn. Mechanics and 3 lockpicks, or 3 mechanics.
How may I help?
What does he have as far as that kind of skills go, anyway? Really high lore, basically just lore. Doesn't have anything else. Literally, there's nothing else. Alright. Faintly good ally. I have single target damage. 41. course, nobody else even counts because nobody else actually alive.
Yes.
So he can't open it at all. This would take a bunch of my lockpicks, though. I'll come back to it. I will come back to it because I don't really want to scatter and flee. How much also worth in this town? We said we shouldn't mention Thine. Says the woman from Thine.
Yes?
Will this turn you around?
Oh,
Apparently not.
indeed.
Silence surrounds me.
Okay, if I wait for this to wear off completely, I might be able to sneak around the corner here and open this without being seen. Take 3 of my lockpicks, though. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, though. Oops.
Oh, indeed.
I don't think he actually saw me. He said something, but I don't think he actually saw me. Despite what it said. Pretty sure. Well, folks, I'm going to do some Strom Bright Blade. You see a group of young men standing around a makeshift practice target. The man stands in the middle of them, explaining the construction use of a bow. He holds it up, pointing at out each part as he speaks about it and what it does. He then walks away from the target, telling them to remain where they are, and takes his place about 200 feet away. Carefully lines up a shot, explaining what he's doing as he does, and lets the arrow fly. It's target dead center, much to the surprise and delight of the boys near it. He smiles, walking toward the boys, talking about proper stance and how to most effectively hold a bow. A noise comes from the tree line near the practice venue, and he stops, scanning the wood, blue eyes squinting against the sun. A shadow moves, making its way through the forest behind them. He draws an arrow and lines up the shot, carefully tracking the motion of the hidden creature. Loosening the arrow, he wastes no time and quickly grabs another. The boys spin, watching the arrow fly into the forest, and immediately lost him on the trees. There's a sudden explosive movement in the undergrowth as a deer erupts from the tree line, running across the edge of the town, or the clearing. The boys laugh, turning a joke about the other with the man about his lousy shot. They stop talking, seeing him holding the bow and leading the deer with a knocked arrow. They drop to the ground as he looses this last arrow, which flies true and strikes the deer right behind its shoulder, piercing heart and lungs and dropping to dead almost immediately. The boys stare at the deer for a few seconds and then slowly turn to look at the man. Duke found respect in their eyes. See a woman emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory, potions, bandages, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side. Considering, she begins to repack one item after the other, careful deliberation undercut by shaking hands. Each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can in the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the bare house. Straightening her back, she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers his condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. She wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to any who will listen, anyone heading out on high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear in the distance, a tiny speck of an island, and tries not to jump. Potion and some money.
I'll see what I can find.
Indeed.
I don't think I'm going to be able to pick that up, because I'm pretty sure if I try to pick that up, they're going to be mad at me.
Certainly.
That does not seem like the kind of thing that they'd be very happy with me taking.
Me.
I don't know who can actually see me here. Nobody should actually be able to see me. But, whatever. Oscar. Obviously the bartender. Floorboards are sticky with spills, no one's bothered to clean up. Tenfrith.
Nice and quiet.
More ale and beer. Ah, it's you, my savior. Oh, there you go, this dude. So good to be back. Do not think I'll let this go unrewarded. I've decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closely guarded secrets, my dearest recipe. After this, you will eat nothing else. Savory pie to keep your hale and hearty. May it serve you well on your travels. Nice.
I shall be discreet.
What kind of nice, anyway? Kind of brown slop is congealing on these dishes. It smells burned.
Hello.
Welcome to the, oh, it's you! Tenfrith told us what you did for him. Such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. So what would you like? Use some reliable help. Do you know of anyone looking for work? Know more about the Black Hound. Really? Well, let me see. The actual building's been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We got a lot of new faces in here, too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. Tenfrith's the big draw. I'm sure we'll get the big crowds back again in no time. I used to work the tables, actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. He even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? The Black Hound. He's still sitting upstairs, pining after him. Poor old girl. Place ended up in my hands somehow. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's very hard. But it's more worth it so far. Please sit here where you like. If you like a drink or a room, we have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today, unless you're fond of cold porridge. Use some reliable help. Know of anybody looking for work? Oh, well, I wouldn't say I can speak from experience, but we do have certain sorts coming by looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone on, I'd be happy to send them your way. See what I have to work with. Level 1 adventurers. Now, see, this, you can actually create people, I think. Like, I can select this, and I can build my own person. I can build my own NPC, basically like the character creator, but for an NPC. Which is kind of cool, and I will probably be doing that, but just not this moment. Party management. Okay. Bed, of course. +1 perception, +1 mechanics. Keep rooms are usually available if you have to spend copy. You may consider the more expensive options. The bonuses they provide last for a long time and affect the entire party. Common rooms free. For me, anyway. But those add bonuses. So, possibly worth it. Now, I do have, frankly, a ridiculous amount of things to sell. Actually, hold on. Let's see, quarterstaff, hunting bow. Added cap, book. Alright, let's get rid of the dagger. Stiletto. Get rid of that too. Hatchet, shield, sword. Poleaxe, crossbow. Alright, we can sell. I'll keep 1 piece of each type of armor, basically, like each level of armor. Okay, that's light armor, so we want that. You are considerably better armor. Okay, so that gives me medium, light, and medium. Definitely want you. Get rid of all that. Did I read this one? All this lore stuff, I wouldn't mind reading it. But actually, you know what? Because I legitimately wouldn't mind reading the stuff, let's actually... I'm actually going to keep it. For now. I'm holding on to the wolf hide for one specific reason, and that reason is I want to check and see... Alright, so give me all that. I want to check and see... I know there's crafting in this game, so I want to see if... Crafting. I want to see if... No, doesn't look like it. Okay. Just wanted to see if wolf hide or anything
How do
like
you
that
do?
was... something I could sell and actually like get something out of. Doesn't seem to be the case, but... Anyway, folks, I'm going to see you next time. Thank you for watching. This has been Pillars of Eternity. I have been Falcon, your host. Next time, we are going to... I may go ahead and actually make a character. Make one of the adventurers for hire people there. So that I can... We'll see what I decide to make. I'm going to think about it. And what I'll probably do is I'll set it all up off camera. These places that I have... Okay, these are quests that I've finished, I guess. And then the ones that are not grayed out are still need to be done. I'm gonna guess that's how that works. Anyway, I am going to create a new character, I think, next time for a follower. And we are going to continue to explore the town. So I will see you then. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.